Welcome. My name is Leanne, and I'm going to lead you through this chair yoga class today. So you're sitting in your chair has no arms, so you have room to move your arms and your body alongside your chair. And your feet are resting comfortably on the ground. So you can actually sit back in your chair at the moment. So we start with a grounding breath. So just settle yourself comfortably in your chair. Close your eyes and become present. We're moving into the present moment. We can feel the support that's underneath our feet, and we can feel the support of the chair underneath our body. And we're allowed to receive that support into our body so that we're resting into the chair and our feet are resting into the floor. And then just notice how you are today. So give yourself some time and some space just to check in and notice how you actually are at this moment in your day. With compassion, with kindness, just meeting yourself how you are today. Now bringing your awareness to your breath. And follow your breath with your awareness. So you feel the breath come in through the nostrils, down through the throat, into the lungs, and into the space that's the upper part of the abdomen, so just below the ribs. So if it's helpful, you could put a hand there below your ribs, just as your reminder that when you breathe in, the breath comes gently in and low in the body so that you can feel it in that upper abdominal space. And then when you let go of the breath, it moves out of that upper abdominal space, out through the lungs, the throat, the nostrils. So you're just following your breath. And perhaps you can slow your breath down a little bit so that your inhale is a little bit slower. And your exhale is a little bit slower. There's no rush. You're taking your time. And slowing down the breath is one tool that we have that can help us slow down our nervous system and slow down our mind. The other nice thing about breath is that it's always in the present moment. So when you're ready, you can let go of that gentle focus on your breath. And we're going to come into the movement in our body now, right? So you can slide yourself forward off the back of your chair so that you have a bit more room to move your body. And we're just going to start by moving the pelvis. So you can let your hands come to the sides of your pelvis and just begin to tip the pelvis forward and then tuck the tail under. Okay, so the pelvis is just rolling forward and then tucking under. So if I turn to the side so that you can see how the pelvis tips and then tucks. Okay, then we're going to let more of our back come into this movement. So as the pelvis tips forward, bring your heart forward. Okay, and then as the tail tucks under, let your back round back. Okay, so bring the pelvis forward, let the heart come forward, and then tuck the tail under and let the spine round backwards. You can drop the chin a bit there. So there's this sort of wave movement that you might be able to feel sort of come into your back. It's almost like the pelvis is leading the way. So it tips, and then the heart, and then the head, and then the tail tucks. We round back. So there's just more of our back coming into the movement now, and all parts of our back get to gently move. A bit of a tip forward, and then a tucking and rounding. All right, when you're ready there, you can just let your pelvis and your back find its way back to neutral. Okay, you may want to step your feet just a touch wider. And then we're going to begin to circle the pelvis. So your hands could still rest at your hips. And you're just making a circle with your pelvis. So you'll feel your weight shift over to one sitting bone, to the front of the pelvis, to the other sitting bone, and then a little bit back towards your tail. You're circling your upper body around your lower body. Go the other direction. So you're moving, if you want to feel into the parts of you that are moving, a little bit at your hips, right, where your leg bones meet your pelvis. Maybe a little bit at the back. Just loosening up. All right, so let your pelvis and your torso come back to neutral. Okay, so we're going to come up into the shoulders and the arms next. So you can let the arms lift. So the palms are going to face forward, the elbows are going to bend, and you're just going to lower the elbows downward. And the arms are moving back gently. So there's a little bit of stretch, perhaps through the chest. Shoulders are low. Okay. Now from here, you can lift your shoulders and roll your arms forward so that you reach your fingertips forward and you can drop your chin. So you're looking down at the floor. Okay, come back to the initial position. So you're tall, elbows are dropping beside you, palms are facing forward, chest is open. And then let the shoulders lift a little and round your upper back and reach the arms forward. Okay, so we go from this tall, maybe a little bit of a back bend position. The arms are beside us. And then we roll the shoulders and upper back forward and reach through the fingers. Okay, so do a couple more, opening up. And then rolling the shoulders and arms forward. Okay, and one last time, open up through the chest, dropping those elbows and then reaching forward. Okay, come back to where you're vertical. And let your hands, now they could hold underneath the seat of your chair, they could hold the back of your chair, you could interlace your fingers behind you, or you could leave your hands at the side of the pelvis again if you like. Okay, come into a little bit of either a vertical position, or you could come into a bit of a back bend if that's comfortable. Just where the front of the body is a little bit longer than the back of the body, giving the front of the body a gentle stretch. Neck comfortable, so you can just be looking forward, or you could even just lift your eyes up towards the place where the wall and the ceiling come together. Okay. And then from here, we're going to come into a gentle forward fold. So you can let your hands go. Now you could bring forearms to thighs, or you could fold further over if that's comfortable. You could let your upper body rest on your legs and your hands come down to the floor. Okay, feel your breath. We come back up. So push down through your feet, rise back up. And then if you can, you're going to slide your legs together. Okay, we're going to let the arms lift up so they could lift forward, or you could lift them wide. So if wide is better for your shoulders, then lift them wide. So up with the arms and then down with the arms. Okay, up with the arms just as high as you like, and down with the arms. Okay, maybe you're inhaling up and exhaling down. Okay, last one coming up. You can be vertical. You could also come into that little bit of a back bend again if you like. And then we're going to come forward again. So that either would bring your forearms back to your thighs. Remember, your legs are together now. Or if you're going to fold further over, maybe you can wrap your arms around your legs. Okay, feel your breath there, whatever it feels like in that space. Nice and slow with the breath. Okay, let the arms go, push through your legs, and come on up to standing, or to seated, sorry, you're coming up to vertical. Right, so we're going to come into some twists next. So you can let your hands come to your ribs on either side of you, and you can just slide your feet so that they are a comfortable distance apart now. Okay, so with these hands resting beside you, you're going to begin to rotate. So turn from one side to the other, just little turns in each direction. Okay, so if your hands are on your ribs, then they are moving with the twist, right? Because our twists sort of happen through the waist. Right? The pelvis isn't moving so much, but your ribs are part of that rotation, as well as your spine. So you can sort of feel the activation maybe a little bit through your obliques, through your core. Okay, the next time you're to the right, stay to the right. You can drop the hands, so maybe the left hand wants to come to the right leg. Maybe the right hand wants to come to the right hip, or maybe the right hand wants to tuck behind you, maybe to the left hip or to the seat of your chair behind you. Okay, so your spine is turning to the right, and maybe your head wants to turn to the right. And just gentle, feel your breath, relax your shoulders. Feel your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair. Unwind your turn. Let your hands come back up to your ribs. Come back into the rotation from side to side. Taking your time. When you're ready, stay to your left. So you're rotating left. So maybe right hand to the left leg, maybe left hand to the right, to the left hip, or it could tuck behind your back or to the seat of your chair. Maybe your head wants to turn to the left, so shoulders are easy. You're checking in with your body, listening to the sensations in your body. Breath is a sensation in your body. And then unwind your turn. Hands onto your legs and just gently roll out your shoulders. They could roll forward or backward. Okay, let the shoulders relax. Now we're going to make our way to standing. So if you want to do this in a way that's a little bit of sort of or attention as you come back up, right? If we're mindful of how we get to standing, then slide yourself so that you're at the edge of your chair. Okay, feel your feet on the ground. You can let the arms come forward, and then you're going to let your upper body shift forward. So your weight shifts into your feet, and it shifts and it shifts and it shifts. And then when your weight is all the way in your feet and your seat is off your chair, you're going to push down through your legs and come on up to standing. Okay. All right, so come here. We're going to need the chair in front of us. Now you could use either the back of your chair or the seat of your chair here. Okay. So you've got either the seat facing you or the back facing you. All right, hands at your hips. You've got a little bit of space between you and the chair. You're in mountain pose, your feet are underneath your hips. Okay, hinge at your hips and tip forward. So you can soften the knees a bit. And there you can bring your hands down to the seat of your chair or your hands to the back of your chair. Okay, so you get that support from your chair as you tip here. Okay, so you could be tipping the heart towards the floor so the back can be nice and long. Remember, you're not locking the knees, so let the knees be soft or bent. Okay, if you're on the seat of the chair, you could come down further if you like, if that's comfortable. Okay, and then we're going to shift ourselves back up. So soften your knees, push through your feet. You can walk up onto your hands, and then you can come all the way up to stand. Okay, so from here, step your left foot back a step. Okay, so it's on a separate railway track from your right foot. You're in pyramid pose. Your toes are all pointing towards your chair. Okay, we're going to tip back over. So hands can come back to the hips, and you can tip. And then hands maybe back to the back of the chair or to the seat of the chair, or maybe forearms down if you can tip further over. So we've modified our forward fold by stepping one foot back. So the sensation in the front leg is going to be different from the sensation in the back leg. And we're going to walk ourselves back up. So soft knees, push down through your feet, come back up onto your hands, and then you can bring yourself back to vertical. Okay, we're going to do that very same thing. Okay, so tip over. So hands to the seat of the chair. And now we're going to try turning. So you're going to leave your left hand on the chair and you're going to turn towards the right. So your right hand could be at your hip, or maybe the right hand could come up. Okay, so you've turned in the direction of your front leg. Okay, unwind your turn. And then weight in your legs, push down and come up. Step your back foot forward. Okay, and then step your right foot back a step. So feet on separate railway tracks. Hinge at your hips as you tip. So first do the forward fold piece. So hands or forearms down to the chair. You could also be using the back of the chair. It's a forward fold. And in a forward fold, the back line of the body is longer than the front. So the bottoms of the feet, the backs of the legs, and the back. Okay, soften the knees a bit. Push down through the legs, come on up. Okay, and then we're going to add the twist again. Okay, so tip forward. So you could stay. If you're not comfortable with the twist, then you can just stay in the forward fold again. And if you want to try the turn, right hand stays, left hand to the left hip. Turn your heart, your rib cage towards the left. And if you like, lift the left arm. You can press through that hand on the chair. So your legs are straight, your back is straight, and we're trying to just let our arms be straight. You've turned your head in the direction that is most comfortable for you. All right, let that go. So unwind, and then feel your feet, push down, and come back up, and step your back foot forward. Okay, you can come back and sit in your chair again. All right, so we're a little bit forward in the chair still. Okay, find your feet back on the floor, your seat resting in the seat of the chair. Okay, and then we're going to take the left leg and just bring that left heel to the ground. So you're working on straightening out the left leg. Okay, come down to the left ankle and let it circle. You can go the other direction. You can move the top of the left foot towards you and then away from you, keeping your toes relaxed. Moving at the ankle. Okay, draw the top of the foot towards you. And then if you like, you're going to tip forward. So your hands can come to your thighs. So the left leg is long. And then lift back up, putting the left foot back on the floor. Come into the right leg. So let the right leg come out straighter. Circle the ankle. So you could still have the heel on the floor. You're sort of, it's going to shift as you circle the ankle. Okay, and then go the other direction. You let the top of the foot come towards you and away from you. Toes relaxed. You're moving at your ankle. Okay, top of the foot coming towards you, tipping forward. So pelvis tipping forward. So hands at your hips or hands at your thighs. Think about your sternum staying on your midline. Okay, come on back up. All right, can you add this right leg to the left leg? So now we've got both legs straight. So you could, if you need some more support, you might hold under the chair. You could reach back for the back of the chair. Okay, you're tall, so sit up nice and tall. Try to have both legs straight and draw the tops of both feet towards you with all your toes relaxed. So there's a certain activity happening in the legs, right? They feel like they're active and engaged and on. Straighten out those knees. You might feel like you're using your core a little bit for some stability since we sort of took the feet out of what we're using for stability. Okay, and then let your legs relax. All right, slide your feet to the floor. And then you can slide a little bit back in your chair if you like, but let your legs relax, let your back relax. We're going to come up into the neck. Okay, so you can let your body rest. We're going to let the left ear tip towards the left shoulder. And then just turn the head so the chin is tucking towards the left shoulder. Okay, so maybe as you pause here, you can let your awareness also come back to your breath. And you can feel it slowing, perhaps, the breath becoming slower. Okay, let the ear come back to the shoulder and pause. And then let the head come up and let the right ear come over to the right side. Need the head to turn so the chin is tucking. Let the right ear come back to the right shoulder. Your eyes and your jaw soften, your shoulders soften, and then let your head come back up. All right, so you can move shoulders, you can move head gently. Whatever else you'd like to move, you can move. And then when you're ready, come back and rest in your chair. Okay, so feet comfortably on the floor, back can rest against the back of the chair. All right, to lead us into this relaxation, we have a progressive muscle relaxation, which is where we do the squeeze and release. Okay, so come all the way down with your awareness into your feet and gently squeeze them. So engage them. So you can lift them up off the floor. You could curl your toes in. You could stretch your toes out. However it feels like you gently turn your feet on. And remember, you don't have to be at 100. Maybe you just want to be at sort of 30% of effort. Okay, so the feet are active, and then let the feet relax. Okay, so rest the feet. So feet are relaxing. Okay, come up into the legs. So straighten out your knees. So let your feet come up, straighten out your knees, sort of squeeze the legs. Maybe you're lifting your legs a little bit up out of the chair even, so you can feel the squeeze and the effort and the strength. Okay, and then let go. So let the feet and the legs relax. Okay, let your awareness come down into the lower part of your torso, and whatever you can squeeze here, squeeze. Okay, so there's sort of the lower belly, there might be the pelvic floor, there might be the glutes. So you're just taking all the tissue around your pelvis and you're like squeezing it in towards your pelvis as if you were giving it a hug. So turn as much on down there as you can and then let it relax. Time to take a breath. Okay, take a breath in. Let your breath go. So you've exhaled and then pull in the belly. Okay, so you're squeezing in. It's very hard to breathe when you're holding this in. Okay, relax the belly. Take a breath. Okay, come up into the shoulders. Let them come inward. So you're squeezing through the chest. So squeeze the shoulders in and then let the shoulders go. Squeeze the shoulders back. So think of your shoulder blades coming towards your spine. And then relax that movement. Hey, one more. Take the shoulders up towards the ears. So lift, squeeze, and lower. So relax your shoulders. They get to rest down. Right, we're going to make fists with our hands. So curl in your fingers, curl in your thumbs. Take your hands to your shoulders. So bend your elbows. So squeezing arms and hands. Okay, now do the opposite movement. Straighten out your arms and extend your fingers and your thumbs. And you can sort of even let the arms feel like they're moving back if you like. Reach back through your fingers and then let them go. Okay, hands resting, arms resting. Come on up into the head and you can crinkle up your eyes and your nose and your jaw. You could tighten up. So squeeze in everything through your face and let it relax. Okay, so we have one more, which is the whole body all at once. So eyes and jaw, shoulders go whichever way you like, hands, arms, whatever you like, belly, back, pelvis, legs, maybe the feet come back up off the floor. Everything is squeezing and then everything is releasing. So relax. Relax your face, so close your eyes, your jaw, shoulders, arms and hands, chest and your belly, resting your back, your pelvis and your hips, and your legs and your feet. So you're just letting go of any tension or effort in your body or in your mind, anywhere that you notice, giving it permission. Easy breaths, just letting go. Noticing whatever you notice, whatever sensations are present for you, just noticing. Maybe you feel a sense of sort of tingling in your body. Maybe you feel a sense of stillness in your body, whatever you notice. Just being and being present to whatever is here, to however you are. So you can rest here for as long as you like. Give yourself that permission. And when you are ready to move or to complete your practice, you're just going to move your body however it wants to move. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining practice today. I hope you have a happy rest of your day. Take good care.